Hello, welcome to this week's Scene on 7. I'm Steve Brennan, and coming up in today's programme, here's some people you may recognise, but their similarity to any persons living or dead is entirely coincidental.
Hello, my name's Daphne Pace, and later on I'll be telling you all about a very successful local stage school.
What's cold, wet and manky, apart from Steve Brennan? Rugby is cold, wet and manky. I'll be finding out why the Auckland side have given up the beach this season to come and wallow in Maidenhead's mud.
Hello, and join us later on Scene on 7 from the Grapevine.
Your guide to what's on in the local area, from Uxbridge to Ashford, from Maidenhead to Chiswick. See you later.
Hello, I'm Keith Jones, and we're here at the Queensmere, and I'm going to find out from this man who's won the designer t-shirt competition for the SOS. Would you like a tea, Bob?
A tea? Yes, I can have a tea, please, Bob, any time you like. Cheers.
A fine body of men and women, I think you'll agree. Now, it was Andy Warhol who once said that everyone will be famous for at least 15 minutes. Here's a group of young people aged 5 to 16 who are determined to make that happen. Our reporter is Daphne Pace.
This is the Princess Margaret Royal Free School in Windsor. Gary, the school caretaker, is just about to open the school gates. Nothing unusual in that, you might think, except that today is a Saturday. Gary hasn't made a mistake, and this is not an extra school day. So what's going on?
Okay, one off you go.
Girls, what are you doing coming to school on a Saturday?
Stagecoach.
Do you realise what day this is?
Yeah, Saturday.
How are you? From the last week. Yeah, I know. It's been a pretty boring week actually. I'm in school, so. Is it?
You might have to do a fresh white balance. Yeah.
As you've probably gathered by now, this is a stage school, Stagecoach Performing Arts School. And with me now is Stephanie Manuel, founder and principal of Stagecoach, and Jane McDowell, regional principal of Stagecoach here in Windsor. Hello.
Hello.
Stephanie, if I could ask you first, please, could you tell us a little bit about Stagecoach and how it began?
Stagecoach is 17 centres nationwide which train children and teenagers from the age of about 6 to 16 in the 3 major disciplines of the performing arts. Students would come to us for 1 3-hour period a week, and during that time they would do an hour of dance, an hour of drama and an hour of singing. It really all came about. It was born almost of necessity with my own experiences with a talented and very enthusiastic son. I seemed to spend my entire life on the road, taking him to a drama class here, a dance class there, a singing lesson there, and it seemed to me entirely sensible to start something where children could have all this training under one roof at one time during the week. So I think I really did it as much for the mums as for the children.
How many centres have you now around the country?
Now there are 17. We started in 1988 with 3 schools in Surrey. It is now spread to all kinds of counties, between Ashford down in Kent up to Manchester, which we're starting next term. The Windsor School is in fact the 4th school, and it started in September 1988. In those days it was at the Arts Centre, which was in St Leonard's Road, on a Thursday. It moved here to this school in January 1992, when we changed the day to a Saturday and when Jane took over as the principal.
And how would you go about opening up another so-called branch of Stagecoach? What gives you the idea where to open up the next centre?
In the beginning, I think it was places that I knew that were in roughly the location of where I lived, where I felt that there was a need for something like this. Since those days, people have been the most guiding factor as to why we start a Stagecoach. Obviously, we can't look after on a day-to-day basis the schools that are 150 or 200 miles away. So somebody who has the right sort of qualifications to become a Stagecoach principal has come forward, and as a result of that, they have said, the place I live in would be wonderful for a Stagecoach, and we've said, well, maybe we should start one up there, and it's really grown in that way.
Yes. What made you open one here in Windsor?
Windsor was a place I've always liked. It's the next county from Surrey, so when we thought we'd got enough schools in Surrey, it seemed a natural progression to move into Berkshire.
Thanks very much, Stephanie.
It's a pleasure.
Jane, you have 3 main teachers at each branch. What qualifications and professional experience do they have?
It's Stagecoach's policy to employ highly experienced and professional staff, many of whom are performers in their own right, actors, singers, dancers, and also quite a few of them are also directors and choreographers. For example, here at Windsor we have Lynn, who is our drama teacher, who is a professional director and has a vast experience working in most of the top London drama schools, and also as a director in repertory theatre throughout the country. Mickey, our dance teacher, has an MA in dance studies and is also a professional dancer and choreographer herself. And Sue, our singing teacher, has a BA in music, a postgraduate qualification in film, and is also a professional singer-songwriter and comedian. So they're good people. Yes, absolutely.
And would you say it was very advantageous for the students to be coaching all 3 disciplines?
Yes, absolutely, because the 3 disciplines are very closely interrelated, although equally valid in their own right. The students who wish to pursue a career in the performing arts, the more versatile they are, the better. And for those for whom performing doesn't appeal as a career, they will still have learnt to express themselves physically as well as vocally, improved their communication and social skills. And because there is naturally a process of self-discovery, they will have learnt more about their relationships with themselves and the world about them.
Yes. And do the students at any time, the more serious students, get a chance to take exams and further their...
Yes, they do. It's not something that we do regularly, but if they want to do exams, they can. They can do the Lambda exams or the New Era Poetry exams, dance exams if they want, but generally speaking, we don't do exam work in the classes. That would be something outside of the Stagecoach classes.
So you get quite a mixture here at the school, those that come here just for fun, to enjoy themselves on a Saturday morning,
yes,
and those that have got a future in the business in
some
mind.
of them will. I mean, some of them will pursue a career in the performing arts, and indeed many of them do work professionally already because Stagecoach has an associated agency which offers students for professional work. And some come because it's great fun and it's like a sort of club for them, and they meet their friends and they go on theatre trips and they have a good time.
Here's 14 tales of sorrow and woe. Let's start the story, so here we go. Once upon a time there were 14 mice with groovy fur. There were big ones, small ones, medium too. Age from 3 to 92. Fat ones, thin ones, some in between. Some are real moody and some are playing mean. There were brown ones, grey ones, some then whose favourite things were those blue suede shoes. Some had whiskers, and some had wars. Some had Mars and Mars, Mars, Mars. Basil was happy, Julie was sad, Kylie was soppy, and Michael was bad. They all used to rap on a Saturday night. Take that, you rat, 'cause we are out of sight. Now these crazy mice paid a very high price to live in a castle, a rodent paradise. But.
Philip, what is the purpose of the agency connected to Stagecoach?
Stagecoach Management is Stagecoach's very own agency. We supply children, teenagers and young adults for theatre productions, television programmes, radio plays, films, you name it, you want a youngster, we've got it. But primarily the purpose of the agency is really an extension of the training at Stagecoach Performing Arts. We see this as an opportunity for the youngsters to put into practice the skills that they learn in class. So we're delighted if they get a job in the theatre or in a TV programme, whatever, so they get a feeling of what the profession is all about. And you coming along today is an ideal opportunity because they're learning about how a TV programme is made and what it's all about, and we're very grateful to you for coming along today.
And do you teach them how to present themselves at audition, how to cope with nerves, etc.?
Yes, part of their drama classes is audition technique, learning speeches and communication skills, how to handle an interview, how to handle a casting, what to do, how to get the job. And of course, this is very useful to them, not only in the profession, the acting profession, but also when they go out and become doctors, nurses, or whatever, and they have to go along to an interview for that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Daphne. Budding stars, every one of them. Remember, you saw them all first on WMtv. Now, hopefully none of us will be involved in an accident, but if you're unfortunate enough to do so, it's comforting to know that there's some experienced people around to lend a helping hand. We sent our reporter, Pat Pope, along to see them in action.
We can't. Through that side. Oh, Chris.
Okay.
Just get a peg put there. Stop.
Not happy with it. Take them little ones out. Have them safe.
done it now.
Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Pat.
Thank you very much for bringing your unit here to reenact this accident. Absolutely fantastic. Now, you are the Thames Valley Medical and Rescue Unit.
Yes.
And you are the divisional officer, is that right?
No, I'm actually their chief officer.
The chief officer, I beg your pardon. Well, now, could you tell me how long you've been with this unit?
I've been with the unit from the beginning, and we started approximately 17 years ago.
Really? And how many people work with you?
It fluctuates between 60 and 70 people, and we've got approximately 8 units throughout the Thames Valley area.
So you are attached to which unit?
I'm actually attached to none of them because I oversee all
of them. So far afield as Bracknell?
We have one group at Reading, Maidenhead, Slough in this area, and the mother unit is controlled from Bicester in Oxfordshire, and we go as far as Banbury, Cheltenham, as far south as Goodwood in Sussex.
Yes, now this morning we've seen a few children here. Now they are, what, the cadets?
Yes, we have a junior section starting from 8 years of age, and what we do is we train them to do the simple jobs like the jacking and packing, as you can see over there.
Yes.
And the idea is to enthuse them in if something happens at home, they know what to do.
So they're all trained first aiders?
Yes, we give them all basic first aid training.
Now, when I wanted to contact you recently, you had gone to Turkey. Would you tell me why you went to Turkey?
Yes, we go to Turkey twice a year, and the first time in first part of the year, in April, we go out there to teach holiday reps, hoteliers, shop assistants and gullet captains first response.
Yes.
So that if the holiday makers that are going from here out there abroad are taken ill, sick or have a injury,
yes,
at least they know there's someone capable of looking after them.
That's fantastic. Tell me, how do you get your money and support for this group? Because you're all volunteers, I understand.
Yes, everyone's volunteers. There's no paid staff at all. Our money is raised by doing the duties, and as a top-up we try to do public collections, and we try to get sponsorship from various firms.
Now, you said doing the functions. What exactly do you mean by doing the functions? You mean using the team to go to an air show, or if there's an accident and things like this?
We give first response service at what they call fly-ins.
Yes.
That's where they open up an airport for the day, and we become the rescue team.
I see.
And we set this up with an ambulance and a fire tender, similar to how we came down the road today. We would travel in convoy to a venue, and we would give the full cover for the airstrip.
For the day.
And then also we would possibly set up our field hospital,
yes,
if there's a steam rally or something like that on.
Can you tell me what the legal side is for this sort of setup here?
Yeah, obviously because the accident was staged, we had to get permission to use the road, and we're very grateful to the authorities of Burnham Beeches to let us set this up.
And I believe the GLC own this land, don't they?
That's right, yes, so it's them we need to thank.
Right. Now, if in fact you were on the way to an accident and you had to wait for the normal ambulance team, and these people were on their way to another show like they put on, and you flagged them down, there would have been a boon to people like you who were waiting for ambulance services.
Yeah, without a doubt. We've seen today how professional they are, and you know, we couldn't have done without their help if this had been a real thing. And you know, we've seen that they're actually volunteers, but in fact extremely professional.
Because of course road accidents are on the up and up in the Thames Valley, aren't they?
Indeed. We've obviously had several campaigns to reduce the figures, and it's with everyone's help, and that includes the likes of these people we've seen today.
Yes. Well, thank you very much indeed, Steve.
Thank you.
Now, if anybody, can anybody join if they were interested?
Yes, we have no bars on anyone joining us.
Right.
If they're not trained, we will give them training.
So if anybody needs to contact you, could you give me your phone number, please?
Yes, they could contact me on Slough, which the code is 0753 572936, or they can phone the station officer of Slough on 824326.
Thank you very much, Chris. And thank you once again for the great work you've done today here.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, you guys, move. Vehicle on fire before it goes into flames. Move, please, if there's any casualties, and deal with it.
Thank you, Pat. Update on 7 follows this break. We'll be back in just a moment.
Power. Power. Electrical installations for your working environment. Controls. Control systems for air conditioning, heating and ventilation. Communications. Communications for voice and data networks. Power, controls, communications from concept to completion. Think Pensdown on 0474 853 222.
Here's Steve Brennan.
Welcome back. Right now, here's Update on 7. Update on 7 this week continues the saga of Terminal 5 at Heathrow and the new runways. There are devastating proposals been put forward regarding the motorways and roadways surrounding the Heathrow area. Among them, increasing the M25 to 14 lanes between junctions M3 and M4, increasing the M25 to 12 lanes between junctions M4 and M40, feeder roads from the M25 to the terminal across the Colne Valley parklands, increasing the M4 to 14 lanes down to Maidenhead from the M25, and an enormous flyover from the M4 to the Airport Spur Road at the Heathrow junction. If you have any opinions on this, please write to us. The address will be at the end of the programme. That's this week's Update on 7. This week's sports story now. Maidenhead Rugby Union Football Club is the venue. Tony O'Rourke is the reporter.
Seems you can never have a really good game of rugby unless you're freezing cold, wet and up to your knees in mud. Well, I'm here to find out today why the Auckland Rugby Union side have come all the way from the sunnier climes of New Zealand to wallow in Maidenhead's glorious mud. I've been joined by Pat Lamb, who's the captain of the Auckland Rugby Union football team. Hello, Pat. Welcome to Great Britain. What are you doing in Maidenhead when it's lovely and sunny in Auckland?
Well, at the moment we're just using their training facilities we're over here to play we're on a rugby tour of England and Scotland.
Where are you going to on the tour?
We start here in London and we move up to Scotland and then make our way back down Bedford, Bristol, West Hartlepool. We finish off with Wasps down here again in a month's time.
Right. How does rugby union in this country compare with that which you're used to in New Zealand?
Obviously they play a bit differently. They've got bigger players, more solid, so it's a different style, but it's effective for them. And obviously, so it's going to be quite a good tour because we've got two different styles coming up against each other and trying to find out which is the best.
Why have you got bigger players? Is that the diet or?
Oh no, the English
weather?
players are bigger.
Oh really?
The English players are much bigger. You know, we find in the average, you know, back in New Zealand we struggle to find tall, big locks, and over here they grow them out of the numbers.
Right, that's because of our chips, is it?
I think so, something like that.
All right, and what about the standard of rugby union in this country?
Well, obviously it's very strong. You know, the British Lions came down to New Zealand and had a very successful tour, and England was obviously in the final of the World Cup last time. So the standard's very high, and that's why we're looking forward to this tour. It's going to be challenging, and we've got some very tough teams to play.
And manager Rex Davies looking forward to some tough opposition as well. Rex, this is the first time that you and the guys have been to this country to play, so how do you think they're going to fare?
Oh, I think it's difficult to say at this stage because we don't know the quality of the opposition altogether, but I think we've got a very young side here and we're looking forward to playing a quality rugby, and winning will come after that, I guess.
If it turns out to be a successful tour, are you intending to come back every year?
No, I wouldn't think so because of the costs, but what we actually have here is a development squad team. This is not the Auckland A side. 11 of our A team are in the All Blacks, the current touring party, and this is a combination of our A's, our B's and our Colts team. And the ages range from about 18 to 25. And these are young men that, if they perform well on this tour, should have an opportunity to play in the top provincial side in New Zealand.
This is Tony O'Rourke for WMtv, freezing cold, getting wet but enjoying the game at Maidenhead Rugby Club.
Incisive stuff as always from Tony O'Rourke. Now, summer's almost gone and the burning question on all your lips is, will Simon Brandt's hair get darker? Or are they highlights? To find out, here's this week's Grapevine.
Thank you very much, Steve. Yeah, contrary to popular belief, my hair colour is quite natural, thank you very much, but at least it's all my own, Steve. Jill, hello, how are you?
Hiya, I'm fine.
Good, what's happening this week?
Well, there's a Christmas bazaar at St Joseph High School in Shuggy Calf Lane, Slough. There's loads of Christmas gifts for sale, and the bazaar starts at 2 p.m. on Saturday, November the 20th.
Have you actually done any Christmas shopping yet?
I haven't got any money to do it.
Likewise, but I don't feel so guilty either if you haven't. Thameside Quiltiers meet at Fairmead in Staines. That's at 7:30 p.m. on the 18th of November. And they're holding a demonstration of Hilka Dory's methods of applique and quilting. Don't say we don't cover everything on this programme.
At St Anthony's Combined School in Farnham Road, Slough, are having a Christmas bazaar. Plenty of Christmas cards and gifts and paper, etc. And there's also Santa in his grotto. This will take place on Friday the 19th of November, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Now, martial arts masters Nick Smart and Milan Prosinia will give a teaching demonstration at the Montum Sports Centre, Montum Lane in Slough. The event is on Wednesday, November the 17th, and admission is a mere 75 pence. And the demonstration kicks off at 6:30 p.m, I understand.
There's a Christmas fair at East Berkshire College in Windsor. It's on Saturday, November the 27th. For a stall, please phone Brenda Toley on 0753 862111, and you can ask for extension 46. And the proceeds all go to BBC Children in Need, so, you know,
Pudsey
get a stall.
and all that.
Yeah.
The, I can't say this word, I'm going to have
well,
to...
don't look at me.
Mr. Wingers. The Meister Singers are holding an autumn concert on Saturday, November the 20th at 7:30 p.m. That's at the St Michael and All Angels Church, Bedford Park in Chiswick. Tickets are a mere £5, and for tickets, please telephone 081 948 7254.
There is a tea dance on Wednesday the 17th of November, Fontaine Leisure Centre,
That's a
Chiswick.
rather posh name of saying fountain, but never mind.
Fontaine Leisure Centre, Chiswick. High Road. Chiswick. 2 p.m. That's from 2 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. If you want to phone 081 994 9596, you get the tickets and they're £1.55.
It's an odd amount, isn't it? £1.55.
It is a bit silly, isn't it?
No, anyway. Who are we to make judgment?
Yes, who are?
Visit Hounslow's Urban Farm. It's free to get there, and it's along Fags Lane in Feltham. It's open between 10 a.m. and 5 p.m, but unfortunately it's closed on Mondays and Fridays. Now that comes on good recommendation. I know a local school who've been there. Telephone 081 751 0850 for more details.
There's a craft fair on Saturday 20th of November at Hadworth Library from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's a long one, isn't it?
It is indeed. I guess you can go along and get some Christmas presents as well. Why not join Feltham Choral Society? Do you mind? Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Why not join Feltham Choral Society in their 21st anniversary year? Rehearsals are at St Dunstan's Church, that's Lower Feltham, on Wednesdays at 7:30 p.m. They're always welcoming new singers. Why not dial 081 751 0433 for further details. You finished?
Yes.
Get on with it.
If you want to do some exercise and you're bored with like jumping up and down steps and stuff, exercise in water at Splash Dance. Please ring Janet on 0753 531031 for some more details.
I suppose do you have to sort of sit there with all those wheels around you and sort of go like this in the water and all that
No,
stuff?
you just do it in water, don't you? And your body weight's better because you don't feel so worn out. Not that I've done it because I'm lazy, but I've heard.
Oh, well, never mind. Spelthorne Adult Education Institute are holding yoga sessions for the disabled, suitable for people with all kinds of disabilities. Telephone a Sunbury number 0932 787 856 for further details, and please telephone between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m.
The stalls are still available for Burnham Community Association's annual charity fair. Oh, that was a mouthful. On Saturday, November the 20th. Anyone wishing to take part should contact Peter Smart on 0628 66 2151.
I was going to say smartish, but that's not very... it's a bit naff, isn't it? Shunting Trains and Flying Planes is Feltham's community play, and that's being put on from the 24th of November until the 27th of November. Tickets are available from Feltham, Hanworth and Bedfont libraries, or from Feltham Community School. That's where it's actually being put on. Telephone 081 890 0167 for further details, or visit the local library. Indeed.
The first Burnham and Titcham, is it Titcham?
Titcham? It actually says Hitcham.
Oh, Hitcham. I knew that. Scouts, right, I'll start that again, shall I? The first Burnham and Hitcham Scouts are launched to an appeal for shoes to be sent to war-torn Bosnia. Shoes will be then sent off to the Scouts by early December. For further information, contact David Barnes on 0628 604 583. And what was that little comment you made there, Simon?
No worry. No worry, no worries, I should say. Waterman's Arts Centre, High Street, Bedford. Yes, High Street, Bedford. Is that supposed to, yes, High Street, Brentford, that actually says. Dear, dear me. Don't buy the batches that I buy, will you? And it's an exhibition of arts and craft from Feltham's young offenders. The exhibition's called The Committed, and it's from young offenders institutions in Feltham and other centres. It's free to get in, but unfortunately closed on Mondays.
The Spatsix Society have launched a nationwide monster toy collection and are appealing for games and toys to be donated for sale to their shops, including the Slough High Street branch. Take your old games and toys along in time for Chrissy Wissy.
Indeed. Langley and Ivor League Against Cancer holds its Christmas dinner party on Friday, December the 3rd. That's at the Bells of Ouseley in Old Windsor. Tickets are £14.95 per person, and for more details contact Don Grant on Slough, that's 0753 530 655.
If you'd like to make loads of friends, make them in the Slough area. If you are single and you're 20 to 45...
It's actually the Hounslow area, but never mind. You said Slough.
I didn't say Slough. I know I did, but you've got to pretend that I didn't. Right, in Hounslow area. Don't look at me!
Hurry up.
If you are single, 20 to 45 and sociable, join London Village for an all-year-round programme. If you'd like to phone 081 586 7455 anytime for details.
Now, tickets are available for Autumn, the big autumn production by Stoke Pages Players. And the players will be performing an 1880s period thriller, Pink String and Sealing Wax. That's from November the 25th until November the 27th. For tickets, please telephone Joan Burford on 0753 663 157.
If you're interested in joining the Territorial Army, the TA, short for Territorial, are holding an open evening on Tuesday, November the 16th at 8 p.m. and the TA Centre in Bolton Road, Windsor. If you'd like to phone Windsor, which is
0753
860 600 for further details.
Now, the West Windsor Residents Association is holding its annual Christmas dance on Saturday, November the 20th. There will be a disco and dancing until midnight. The dance will be at Dedworth Middle School from 8 p.m. and is open to the association's members and friends. Tickets are £7.50 and are available from Jean Todd on 0753 860 708.
And West Windsor Residents Association are also holding a children's party on Sunday the 10th December the 12th. Also at Dedworth Middle School from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. It is for children aged 3 to 9. Tickets are available, they are £3.50 and they're again from Jean on 0753 860 708.
Indeed. Now, the address will actually come up in the middle of Scene on 7, or at the end of Scene on 7, I should say. So if you have any event that you want to tell us about, please write to us at that address, and it will also appear on the moving magazine. Now, any telephone numbers that we've given out will also be on the moving magazine, and we will indeed let you know who the NGN winners were next week. That was the competition we ran not so long ago. Now it's back to Steve, but what we all want to know is, What's below the desk? Is Steve a mermaid?
And will we ever get to see his legs?
Well, now back to Steve.
Thank you very much, Simon. Yes, as a matter of fact, I do have legs, and at Christmas we'll be having a knobbly knees competition. That way I'm sure of at least getting one Christmas present this year. Now, time for a break. You're watching WMTV. This is Scene on 7.
Holiday away from the crowds, our 9-bedroom villa has its own swimming pool, tennis court and billiards room, and is available for room or whole villa rental. Situated on the Portuguese west coast, 3 minutes from the beach, with 3 golf courses within 40 minutes drive. And of course there's the renowned Portuguese food. For brochure or video, call Eton Travel on 0753 671747.
Whatever you're looking for to furnish your home, look no further than the... Within our giant store on the Bath Road, Sippenham, the choice just has to be seen to be believed. Just look at the names we have under one roof. And with interest-free credit on some items, this is the ideal place. Whatever your taste, whatever your style, there's only one place to come. 388 to 389 Bath Road, just off Junction 7. It's the ideal.
You're watching Scene on 7.
Welcome back. Now, have you or your children ever wanted to design a T-shirt? Well, there's been a competition running for some time at the Queensmere Shopping Centre in Slough. The subject was your favourite food. Our presenter is Keith Jones.
These impressive paintings are the finalists for the SOS Designer T-shirt competition. This year, as you can see, the theme is food. The competition was organised by Alex Abberton, and I asked her about her involvement with SOS.
I work for SOS. We're a charity. We were set up in the mid-50s to raise money for children and adults with cerebral palsy with the Spastic Society, with whom we are very closely affiliated to. We're working in Slough at the moment to raise money for a project to create accessible facilities for people with disabilities.
Now, SOS is actually run by, or helped run by, a lot of celebrities, isn't it?
That's
Bob
right.
Monkhouse is your chairman,
Yeah.
I know, and on your letterhead you've got Sarah Green, Adrian Love, Roger Kitter, and many, many others as well.
We have. We're extremely lucky. We've got 450 celebrity members who basically give their time up free.
And of course we've got
to
Bob
raise
Holness
money.
here today.
Absolutely, yeah.
What's the next step? Once these are actually, we know we'll have a winner very shortly and T-shirts made. What are we trying to achieve here?
Well, basically we're trying to raise money for SOS and the project in Slough. But also we wanted to, raising funds should be fun. And we wanted to include and get involved all the children from the Slough area, and this seemed a good way to do it. I mean, as you can see from
The
the
standard
ones we've
here
got
today is exceptional,
and
isn't it?
the imagination and things that have gone in, say bath spuds we've got there, so it's been really good, really good.
Judges, as well as the aforementioned Bob Holness, included Sheila Thorpe, the Mayor of Slough, and Michael Wiseman, manager of the Queensmere Shopping Centre. Well, after great deliberation, a finalist was chosen.
Now, Madam Mayor is going to tell us who's first. Claire Blaine, which one is it?
Claire Blaine.
Right, that's the first one. And it can probably be, the colours can be changed, but the general idea is certainly the most inspirational.
That's right.
Number 2.
Number 2 is Danielle Eyre.
Daniel Eyre. Does it look good on the T-shirt?
Absolutely lovely on the t-shirt.
Yeah. And number 3 is Sabia Din.
Sabia Din is here, Indian food.
Indian cooking.
Yeah.
Delightful, really delightful.
Well, tell me a little bit about your involvement with SOS.
Oh, it's one of the charities which I've been involved with for many, many years. They do an awful lot of good work for the Spastics, as they used to be called. It's STARS Organisation for the Support of People with Cerebral Palsy now. It amounts to the same thing, and they get projects going and they back them up 100%. In fact, this is all part of a project which they've got.
So what's this project about?
Thames Valley University. And it's not generally knowledge, I suppose, that handicapped people aren't given the facilities to train for catering. And all over the country, they need these facilities. So they thought, why not let's start one down here? And it's all part of an ongoing project at the moment. And this, it's a roundabout way of doing it. This is to pick a design for a T-shirt which will sell, the proceeds of which will go towards that particular project.
And how much money are you trying to raise?
Oh, as much as we possibly can. I don't know what the target sum is, but I know it's always fairly colossal, and it takes a long time to do it. But SOS have a reputation of doing it in the end, and I think they'll succeed here.
So what's happening with the T-shirts? Tell me a little bit about what's happened.
Well, the idea was they split them into age ranges. See, the young ones, the middle ones, and the older ones, and they asked for a design because the project is food. The actual theme has got to be food because
tie it with the catering.
Catering, yeah. And they said, look, it's got to look good on a T-shirt. They had one in the last year, which was very simple and very modern, and it caught the eye. But we've got to think of all those things. That's why we thought of the strawberries and everything. That looks very good on a T-shirt. Okay. But we settled in the end for the the hand holding the food. It may not finish up as being the same exact design as that.
Right, and this is Claire Blaine.
That's right.
Who's age 13.
Age 13. Grasp the food may change the title, but the theme with the food in the hand is so impressive, and we thought it would look so good on a T-shirt. Yeah. But that's what it's got.
Life at the bottom, and obviously you've got all the different foods in the hand, which is quite nice design, isn't it?
Yes, tell you something. Of course, a lot of the youngsters went for junk food. That's not what we're trying to push. In fact, there were some that devoted the whole time to sweets and things like that. It's got to be food that's sustaining, and this is one of those that got there.
I'm glad it was your decision and not mine, because I wouldn't know where to start. Bob, thank you very much indeed, and I hope you raise all the money that you need.
Thank you very much.
And good luck with any future projects as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Very colourful, but are they washable? We'll find out and let you know. Now, here on Scene on 7, we're very keen to keep you up to date with the very latest music. The chances are that if you're 12 years old, you don't have a hit record in the pipeline. That is, of course, unless you are Little Sister.
I came up with the idea of the way of life because it was my birthday and me and my dad went to a pantomime in London. When we was coming back from the pantomime, I was going window shopping. As I was looking in the window, someone touched the bottom of my leg, and I looked down and I saw a very young boy laying on the floor asking me for some money. So I asked my dad for some money and gave the boy the money. And then we walked on further down the road and we saw other people lying on the floor. So when I got home, I started to write down a song, like the lyrics for a song, The Way of Life, and told my dad that I'd made up a tune, and he listened to it. He thought that it was a nice, light song and had good rhythm, so he sent it to a record company. They liked it and then they signed me up to make a record. The reason why I'm called Little Sister is because I'm the youngest in the family out of my brothers and sisters. I made the song The Way of Life to send out a big message to everybody, including the government. I made the song so that everybody knows that people are living in the streets without food or drink, and I don't think the government would like to spend Christmas laying on the floor on the streets of London. I have a pin-up of Chris Kelly from Criss Cross on my bedroom wall because his name's Chris Kelly. If I got married to him, my name would be Miss Kelly Kelly. I'd like to carry on writing my own songs, and a person that I'd like to sing with or sing for would have to be Whitney Houston. My dad and my family are very proud of me. I still go to school and I am 12 years old, and all of my friends are 12 years old, and they do push me a lot into the music and hope I have a very good career in music.
Home. I think that's got hit written all over it. Little Sister. Now, that's about it for this week's Scene on 7. Remember, the Moving Magazine is on Channel 7 24 hours a day. If you'd like to write to us about anything in the programme, please do so. Our address is Scene on 7, WMtv, Cable House, Waterside Drive, Langley, Berkshire, SL3 6EZ. For WMtv and Scene on 7, I'm Steve Brennan. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.